it's Dmitry again. And today we're gonna discuss such popular topic as sharpening a regular kitchen knife. It's made of a cheap stainless steel. It's very soft. We may find this kind of knife at absolutely any kitchen. We see that it's pretty dull. It doesn't cut. Well, we need to make it work. We want to do it fast. Let's discuss how we are going to do it. To make this knife sharp and effective fast, we will take just 3 sharpening stones. It's gonna be aluminum oxide plates. And we are going to make the whole procedure in just a couple of minutes. And right now I am going to show you how it's done. Okay, first let's mount a knife into our sharpening system. We are going to use the screwdriver by our company. Yeah. Now we will use the digital angle finder to set the proper angle. First we need to set the X-cube on this flat surface. Press the button to reset the value. Yes, now we have 0. And now let's take the first stone. It's going to be a barite with 150 grit. Then let's measure the angle. Now, since we are going to sharpen a knife for 36 degrees, 36, yes. You may see that the thickness of these stones is different. And to compensate it, we will use this kind of rubber compensator. So, before changing the stone, we need to set the compensator to this position. So now we know for sure the thickness of the first stones, the biggest one that we used. And then, when we will finish to work with it, we will simply change the position of the axis. Like this, to get to the angle that we need. Once we installed the first stone, we need to apply the sharpening oil. Today we'll use the oil by barite. And then we apply the oil to make our stone work. Now let's start the processing. Once we use the roughest stone, we may feel that we have a burr on the whole cutting edge. It's very important to mention that we selected the aluminum oxide stones to sharpen this kind of knife. They are best to use against the soft kinds of steel. Soft and medium steels are better to be processed with this kind of sharpening stone. If you will use diamond stones to sharpen cheap knives, you will simply spoil them. because they will lose carbide during the sharpening process and you will quickly have a curve on this stone. So now we take barite 220 PC. We compensate the difference in thickness of the sharpening stone to get into the angle that we want. If you are not sure, you may check the angle with the Axicube. 18 degrees. Don't forget to apply the sharpening oil, because otherwise your stone will not work effectively. The procedure is very simple and fast if you know what to do. Steel is very soft, and if you use the whole length of the stone, you will need just several seconds to make a good cutting edge. Now we will use the final stone for this knife. As you may see, it's just 600 grit. It's a sufficient roughness of the stone to leave a small micro saw that will allow this knife to have a sure cut for general operations at the kitchen. It will be sufficient to cut meat, fish, vegetables, bread and other stuff. Now just a couple of movements to remove the burr. And this knife would be ready to go. Don't forget to remove all the residue metal and the particles of the stone from the cutting edge. Now let's check the result of our efforts. We have a clean cut. There is a tiny life hack that I like to share with you. Once we complete processing the blade with our final stone of 600 grit, we can take a natural stone, for example Arkansas Black, which is 2,000–3,000 grits, and create a micro bevel. It will make the cutting edge more dense and improve its resistance against lateral loads. To my personal experience, this small technique allows us to increase the service life of the cutting edge for about 30%. After completing the sharpening process, don't forget to remove all this metal dust from the table. Thank that we have our carpet. It would be easier. Don't forget to clean the stones. It's important to make them work longer. As you may see, it took less than 5 minutes to make this knife sharp again. Just don't forget, use honing rod after 2–3 times that you used this kitchen knife, because if you have a soft steel, it will get dull pretty quickly. But once you sharpen it just like that, this cutting edge will survive many challenges. Also, don't forget that we used aluminum oxide sharpening stones. They are sufficient for this kind of operation. If you like this video, then press like, subscribe, share your comments, and in case you want to know more about sharpening of certain kinds of knives, please leave your comments. See you next time.